What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Nick, and I'm back with another video, as you can see. And before we get started, if this is your first time on my channel, please make sure you click that like button if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new, and don't forget to click that bell so you'll be notified whenever I do make new videos, you know what I'm saying? So today we about to react to why Michael Jackson's short films deserve an Oscar. You know what I'm saying? They definitely deserve it because he definitely had groundbreaking short films, man. You know, even still to this day, people still watch him and still be inspired by him. You know what I'm saying? But like, why didn't he win anything for this? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't he win anything for his short films, man? But hey, it is what it is. But anyway, man, without further ado, let's get into this video. You know what I'm saying?
Michael Jackson's short films were released today. They'd win Oscars, no question. He wasn't just a pop star making flashy videos. He was a cinematic genius, telling stories, building worlds, and pushing technology years ahead of Hollywood. Before Beyoncé's Lemonade, before Lady Gaga's Chromatica, and before visual albums became a trend, Michael Jackson had already done it all. In the 1980s and 90s, while most artists were lip-syncing in front of a green screen, MJ was crafting full-blown short films with directors like John Landis and Martin Scorsese. He wasn't making music videos, he was creating mini-movies with plots, characters, drama, and visual effects that rivaled Hollywood. Yet somehow, the Academy never gave him a single Oscar. No nomination, no recognition, just silence. But now, looking back, the question is impossible to ignore. Did Michael Jackson's short films deserve an Oscar? Let's break down the evidence, because the answer might just blow your mind.
They deserve something.
Rewriting the music video rulebook. Before Michael Jackson, music videos were barely more than promotional tools. A band on stage, a singer miming to a mic, nothing special. But when MJ released Billie Jean, everything changed. The sidewalk lit up with every step he took. The story was mysterious. The visuals were stylish, and for the first time ever, MTV wasn't just playing music. It was showing art. Michael didn't treat music videos like commercials. He treated them like films. With plots, with drama, with characters. He was directing experiences, not just performances. And that was only the beginning. Coming up, the short film that rewrote pop culture history. And it involved werewolves, zombies, and one unforgettable red jacket. Thriller, a horror masterpiece in 14 minutes. When Thriller dropped in 1983, it didn't feel like a music video, it felt like a movie premiere. Directed by John Landis, the man behind An American Werewolf in London, the short film featured a full script, wardrobe changes, creature transformations, and a cast of undead dancers who made horror look hypnotic. Michael didn't just perform, he acted. He played a charming boyfriend, then turned into a werewolf, then a zombie, all while delivering a perfectly choreographed dance in the middle of a graveyard. And this wasn't just a viral moment. It was cultural domination. Thriller became the first music video to be inducted into the U.S. National Film Registry. That means the U.S. government officially considers it a work of cinematic history. This wasn't just entertainment, it was evolution.
Wow.
MJ proved that a pop star could outdo Hollywood in just 14 minutes. But Michael wasn't done reinventing the game. His next short film would be backed by one of the greatest directors of all time. Bad, a gritty urban drama by Scorsese. Imagine asking Martin Scorsese, the director behind Taxi Driver and Raging Bull, to shoot your next music video. Most artists wouldn't dare. Michael Jackson didn't hesitate. In 1987, MJ teamed up with Scorsese to create Bad, not just a video, but a full-on 16-minute short film written by acclaimed screenwriter Richard Price. Set in the gritty underground of New York's subway system, Bad told the story of a young student returning to his old neighborhood, torn between doing what's right and trying to prove he's still tough. There's tension, conflict, and real acting. Michael isn't just dancing, he's carrying a role. The opening scenes don't even feature music. It's straight-up drama, complete with dialogue, mood lighting, and emotional build-up.
Hard your work. Thanks. Thank you. High five, man.
This was a bold move. No flashy edits, no quick cuts, just storytelling through cinema. But MJ wasn't only about grit. His next short film took us back in time to ancient Egypt, romance, and pure magic. Remember the time, black royalty on screen. In 1992, Michael Jackson didn't just make a short film, he made a statement. Remember the Time was set in ancient Egypt, but unlike Hollywood's usual whitewashed portrayals, this one showcased black royalty front and center. Directed by John Singleton, the youngest and first African-American filmmaker nominated for Best Director at the Oscars, this short film brought together a powerhouse cast. Eddie Murphy as the Pharaoh, Iman as the Queen, and Magic Johnson as the Royal Guard. The story? A mysterious stranger, Micheal, enters the palace and performs a dance so powerful, it wins over the Queen's heart. What followed was an explosion of choreography, gold-drenched sets, and visual effects that felt straight out of a big-budget movie.
Fire.
Explosion of choreography, gold-drenched sets, and visual effects that felt straight out of a big-budget movie. MJ wasn't just making music look good. He was rewriting how black culture, history, and elegance could be represented on screen, and if that sounds cinematic, just wait. MJ turned an entire album into a movie-length experience. Moonwalker, Micheal's cinematic universe. Released in 1988, Moonwalker wasn't just a short film. It was an entire visual universe. At a time when artists were still figuring out how to make one good music video, MJ dropped a full 90-minute anthology film. And it wasn't some behind-the-scenes tour doc. This was full-blown, genre-bending storytelling. Moonwalker combined live action, claymation, animation, and surreal fantasy to create something the world had never seen. From the wacky animated chase in Speed Demon to the trippy, media-bashing brilliance of Leave Me Alone, Micheal proved he could blend satire, sci-fi, and spectacle in a way that still felt personal. And at the heart of it all, smooth criminal, but extended into a dramatic, heroic arc where Micheal becomes a literal transformer and saves children from an evil villain played by Joe Pesci. Let that sink in. Michael Jackson, saving kids from a criminal empire with special effects, storytelling, and music woven into one. It was wild, it was weird, and it worked. His next short film would break barriers and start controversies. Black or White, a global unity statement. By the time Black or White was released in 1991, the world had already seen Michael Jackson as a dancer, a hero, a lover, and a fighter. But this time, he became a messenger. Directed again by John Landis, this short film wasn't just a music video. It was a call for unity across races, cultures, and nations. The visual took us from the streets of America to Russia, India, Africa, and beyond, showing people of all colors dancing to the same beat. But what really blew everyone's mind? That groundbreaking face morphing sequence. One face flowed seamlessly into another, symbolizing how we're all connected underneath our skin. It was the first time such digital technology had ever been used in a music video, and Hollywood hadn't even touched it yet. Then came the now infamous Panther dance. Micheal, alone in the street, dancing with raw energy, smashing windows labeled with hateful words. It was controversial, it was bold, and it was honest. This was art that didn't play it safe. It confronted racism head-on and reminded the world that pop stars could make political statements too. But Michael's most ambitious, most cinematic, and most overlooked masterpiece was still to come. Ghosts. A 40-minute horror epic. Ghosts wasn't just a short film, it was Michael Jackson's cinematic mic drop. Released in 1996, this 40-minute masterpiece was co-written by Stephen King and directed by Stan Winston, the special effects legend behind Jurassic Park and The Terminator. That alone tells you this wasn't your average music video. In Ghosts, MJ plays 5 different characters, including the maestro, the mayor, and even a full-on skeleton brought to life through groundbreaking CGI. The story follows a town that wants to exile an eccentric entertainer. Sound familiar? It was art imitating life, but with a supernatural twist. The visuals were stunning. The choreography was otherworldly. The makeup and effects, still impressive even by today's standards. But deeper than all of that, Ghosts was a statement about fear, misunderstanding, and how society treats those who don't fit the mold. Yet despite its brilliance, Ghosts was barely promoted. No awards, no Oscar talk. It quietly faded into the background, but not because it wasn't worthy. So why didn't Hollywood ever recognize any of this genius? That's the real question. Michael Jackson worked with some of the most powerful names in film. He pushed the boundaries of visual storytelling, embraced technology before Hollywood caught up, and blended music, acting, and cinema into something entirely new. So why no Oscar? Because the Academy didn't know what to do with him. Back then, short films, especially ones tied to music, weren't taken seriously. They were considered marketing tools, not art. And pop stars weren't seen as filmmakers, no matter how visionary they were. He wasn't waiting for Hollywood to validate him. He was building a new lane altogether. So let's ask the question one last time and answer it honestly. If Thriller was released today, it would be nominated for Best Short Film. If Ghost came out now, critics would call it a masterpiece of horror and visual effects.
Yup.
If Moonwalker dropped in the streaming era, it would trend worldwide and probably sweep the Emmys. Michael Jackson wasn't just ahead of his time. He was the time, decades ahead of where the industry was willing to go. He blurred the line between music and cinema. He collaborated with legendary directors. He told powerful stories about race, fame, love, and fear, and he did it with visuals that rivaled Hollywood's best. But the Oscars never came calling. Maybe they didn't understand what he was doing, or maybe he was just too big, too bold, too Michael Jackson. So here's the truth. Michael didn't need an Oscar to prove he was a filmmaker. His short films weren't just videos, they were visions. And today, the world is finally catching up to what he saw all along. So now it's your turn. Which Michael Jackson short film do you think deserved an Oscar the most? Was it Thriller, Ghosts, Remember the Time, or something else entirely?
All of
Drop your favorite in the comments below. And if you believe MJ's short films were pure cinematic genius, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share it with every MJ fan you know. Because it's time the world gives Michael Jackson the recognition he always deserved.
So that's the end of the video. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, I love all his short films. You know what I'm saying? And it had powerful messages behind them. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't understand why it didn't win anything. And that's crazy. And his short films were groundbreaking. And he kind of created like a new genre of like music videos, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. Who was doing this before Mike? Nobody. So you can say he is the originator of this. You know what I'm saying? But hey man, he definitely deserved something for all his short films because they're all great in my opinion. They all deserve rewards, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right here, you know what I'm saying? If you guys like this video, make sure you guys leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new, and don't forget to click that bell so you'll be notified whenever I do make a new video. You know what I'm saying? I've been your boy Nick, and I'll see you in the next video, bruh. Peace.